People will say to us, why do we do what we do? Where's the point in it? The point in it is to make the horse confident in itself. Now obviously we're driving and riding, so this horse here will walk over that sheep. Obviously it doesn't want to. If it had a choice it wouldn't be doing it, but the idea is to cajole them and kid them into doing what you want them to do. Exactly the same as driving, it's no different. So it'll do everything in this arena that we asked of it. Now these barrels here, we don't want them to jump them, we want it to push them out the way. It takes a great deal of confidence to do that. Can you see? Just watch what she's doing, look. She's not allowing her to jump over them. Obviously the horse will just pop over, but we don't want that. We're asking her just to push them out the way. So what we've done now, we've placed a barrel on the white tarpaulin and the other barrel here. Now there's plenty of room, as you can see this side. If she walked between them barrels just now, with just 9 inches of room, yeah, she can walk that side or the other side, on both of them. But we want her to push the barrel, so that's what we're actually asking her to do, is to push the barrel out of the way. So, okay Katie. So Katie's in charge of the ride in here. And see here, look, you see? Perfect. And then she'll go around and do the other one and move it out of the way. So you've got two things now. You've got the white underneath, which makes a funny noise under its feet. And then you've got the barrel itself to be pushed out the way again. Now, if you say to me, well, when are you going to push a barrel? It's not that, but if there's something on the floor, you know, on the ground when you're going, perfect. So it just makes them more confident. So there's anything on the ground, manholes, new white lines, spray paint where they're going to repair the road, the horse will not be frightened because it's done it. If you've got to go through a narrow gap for whatever reason, even branches falling down on a track, you can do it. So same again. So what I'm going to do now is one other one. And we're going to try and get the horse this time to knock these over, you see. So that won't make any difference. Now it's also come away from its shin, it's right up their body, but perfect. That can't be any better than that. Now we've got the orange, the white, the blue. All of that is to make it more difficult for the horse. But in a minute, I'll show you what you can achieve. I mean, this takes time, you know, it doesn't happen overnight, and it's building the horse's confidence that it will do what you want, like that. Just building the confidence. Nice made cob this is, you know, but she is a handful. There's no point in me saying anything different, as I should say to the man, because we can do it doesn't mean to say he's going to be able to do it, unless it is, she needs authority. Do what I'm asking you to do. Now Katie's going to have real trouble here trying to get this horse to push this barrel, but that's what we want it to do. Just come up, get in front of it. So there you go. But she's not running away and panicking, is she? And again, Katie, please just keep doing it with it. So obviously the horse could dance anywhere, and you see that? So it's not a bother, is it? And the horse isn't upset, it's not snorting and blowing. There's no point in that. If you're pushing it on due to, this one's lovely, yeah, perfect. This, you've got to get them, cajole them, kid them, build their confidence. You see how confident this horse is walking out when it's approaching it even. It's not worrying. And it will be the same with all the other obstacles in here. We've got this real heavy metal sheets up here that represent sleeping policemen. Yeah? And all this horse has got in his mouth is a soft flexible rubber bit, something you can bend completely in half. So as I say, I don't, Ree and Katie run the riding section. I'm, you know, just do the driving, but Ree does the driving as well, as you know, you all know, she's with me all the time doing or driving herself and like that. So there you go, just look how calm that horse is, just lovely, perfect. So what we're going to do now, we're going to go down this other obstacle here, we call them obstacles or whatever, which is these yellow things. We just have one more. Can you move that barrel in there, please? Just move the barrel off the white thing some way or the other with her feet. So just to finish off, we're going to so it's got to come up now and do the same with this one. Can you see there? Absolutely marvellous. Okay, so we're going to go up to these yellow. All these yellow ones is they go around the bottom of a scaffold that's erected on the pavement to protect people. But I think they're also known as pool noodles. You know, children use them as flotation in the. So what we're going to do is get this horse now to walk backwards through these. Over here you see they're flat hose pipe, that is. Now the difference between the two, that is quite heavy and stiff, flat hose pipe, and this is very, very light, this yellow foam. Over that side we've got the soft sponges that go around the legs of a scaffold when it's erected. This is all going to be renewed, it's all the new stuff here, it's just a matter of putting it up. So these have been up 5 years or so, but these are flat hose pipe and it's quite heavy, you know, so although it's hanging down and looks the same as that, that's very, very light over there, extremely light, and this is heavier, so it feels entirely different on the horse's face. So we're just going to bring this one over there and get her to go through, you know, through the middle of these and do more or less exactly the same as what she's done. So I don't have to explain to you what's going to happen. Katie will just carry on and do her thing. The other thing is as well, you've got to understand is Katie is a very accomplished rider. Now I don't mean that she's accomplished in 3-day eventing, show jumping or anything like that. I mean she can sit on horse, she can get it to do what we want it to do without being forced, without being bullied, without being smacked or anything along them lines at all. You see that laying over there, all over the horse's quarters, look. Yeah. And you see what Katie's doing, just throwing it over, wriggling it about, lovely. And again, just a soft rubber bit. And people say it can't be done, this is amazing. Wow. Well, it's not really, to be honest. You see all this coming down around her ears. So, yeah, just to explain that again, I mean, Katie's done show jumping, cross country and all that type of thing. Lots of different disciplines in riding. But really, that's not really the point. It's how someone is with a horse. And who can do this on lots of different breeds of horses with a soft rubber bit and get them to do it with confidence. You see, the horse is not coming through there and is panicking or worrying or upset in any way. And when they'll back through, that is something else. I see there, look, plenty down either side, coming up, banging around the head, around the ears, and perfectly happy. And that's why I suppose Katie's part of the team, because she sees things the same way as we do, you know, Ree and I. So her attitude is, you know, patience. And I'll say to Katie, oh, you're going to ride that one today? She said, no, I haven't got time. So again, if she thinks she's going to be sat on horse for half an hour, she'll make sure she's got 1 hour and a quarter, 1.5 hours, if necessary. So I just think that's, you know, just lovely. But this is a willful mare. Please believe me what I'm telling you. It's a willful mare. Now, what we've got to do, and we do our best, is to train the people up to listen to what we say and treat the horse in exactly the same manner. When a horse is at work, it's at work. When it's at play, leave it alone. Let it go and play, kick, buck, roll, do whatever it wants to do. When it's in the stable, feed it, muck it out and leave it alone. You know, they need their own time and own space, and then they will seriously do anything for you. They give you their heart and souls, and we owe it to them to treat them with the respect they deserve, but not to bully them. You know, it's just not where I want to be. And it proves it, because if we do it in a soft rubber bit, then, and that's in every under all circumstances, let's just say that, then that's what we're looking for. Okay, you come up with her. So the wind's blowing, which is always a good thing. Love that. Got the flag here right in his face, and then just hold it amongst them. I take her back there, Kate. So she's halfway through. Just a rubber bit. Remember that. That's the important thing. So we haven't got anything applying a great deal of pressure to the bars. I know they say pressure and release. My opinion is, what would I know, but my opinion is that should be pain and release, because that's the reason they're going backwards, is because you're inflicting pain on their bars. You've only got to put a bit on your wrist and see that. So if you can do it in a rubber bit, a very, very soft rubber bit, that's the secret of what we do. All the horses here, driven or ridden, are done in a rubber bit. So this here, look, lovely. To stand amongst them moving around, flag flapping here, is, you know, just fine, lovely made horse this is, for the type that she is. Bring her up a little bit further this time, Katie, please, and then put her bottom back through. Quarters, I mean. You can't, she's laughing. So we've got this. I'm just going to show you now what we can. Just put that on her head, Kate. Can you reach back and get one of them? That's it. Put it right between her ears there. You see what Katie's doing, resting it on her head, tapping her. Yep. Banging her between the ears. I mean, it's just a gentle piece of foam, but at the same time, that's, you know, quite remarkable. And it's only got the soft rubber bit. Hey, just back her back now, then, Katie, please. So when we train horses here, we try and train them for any eventuality. Now that foam could easily be a shopping bag, you know, one of those 5p shopping bags, blowing down the road and frightening the life out of horses. But once they've done things like this, that's never as frightening. And this is the sort of control that you want to see with any horse. It doesn't matter whether it's, we've just done an Andalusian Shire we're doing, you know, we're doing quite a few riding. We always have done riding horses, they're normally done for ride and drive, but there's so many more people who ask us now to get them, you know, so they're safe on the public highway. So this horse will stand on the motorway bridge, go down the town in heavy traffic. We do anything with it, gallop into the water, we're re-riding it, so it's not just a one rider, you know. So that's really nice. Let's have that up again, and when you get in there this time, do a spin, turn round and go out. You know, leave them up the side of your legs, and then just turn round and go out like that. Bring her forward the shoulders, get her shoulder there, that's it. Now turn right round and ask her to turn round. That's it. So you see all that laying over her quarters and rubbing on her quarters as she turns underneath, And see them waving in the breeze, look. And she goes straight through, no trouble at all. But it's not done when you're doing it. You cannot do this for one fear for another. If you're going to smack the horse to make it go through, that's one fear for another. Katie will carry that stick. It'll be just to put on her quarters arse that will come over that way, but not to smack her. If we go up here now and just have a look at what we're doing as far as, if you come round and just come up to these, we had these made many years ago to represent sleeping policemen, you know, the humps in the road. Now these are made of steel checker plate, but they're still slippery, but they afford a little bit of grip, enough to hold the horse up. So you see this horse come up now, backwards, and this is hard for any horse to do. You see the noise it makes. It's flexing under its feet. So that's, you know, lovely. And if we just come over here and we see here, look, flexible rubber bit, yeah? So if I take these two rings, and Reece stands directly in front there and films, if I take one ring and turn it upwards and one ring down, can you see? Completely flexible. Soft, straight bar snaffle rubber bit. And the softer the better, because it forms in the horse's mouth. It sits on the bars obviously, but arches to accommodate the tongue. And that's what we use on any of our films. There's thousands of films on YouTube of horses that we've trained, and they've all got this, they all are at this standard. Whether they're, I mean, this horse is a ride and drive. A few we got in the moment a ride and drive. But it's, this mare actually was broke as a youngster, 3-year-old, just backed. You know, just backed, not schooled at all really. And now it's 8-year-old, just for the man's circumstances, just didn't have the time. But now you can see, you know, what can be achieved. I mean, you do have to have patience, and we never start this job or any of these exercises unless we've got the time. So if we think it's going to take us half an hour, through experience, as it should be around half an hour, we always leave an hour, even hour and a quarter, that we can dedicate to this. So yeah, but Ree's done a lot of riding on this one, which I like, because it's different hands, different weight, different person on there, different voice. So we've got Ree up on Rosie. This is a mare, 8-year-old, little bit headstrong. Got to be, you know, it needs someone in charge. But again, all it's got is a soft rubber bit in its mouth there. Can you see? Just a soft rubber bit. Yeah. And Ree up on board. So we'll just see what Ree can do with this one over the bridge. It's very, very hard to do this for horses because they can see down through it, yeah? They can see down through them gaps. Very, very difficult for horse to do. It takes a lot of confidence, put it that way. It's not difficult to do, it's just a confidence required. But if I just come here now while she walks up again, and you'll see the holes, can you see? Feel it shaking the bridge. And just a soft rubber, you can see she's not pulling them with her hands, just ask her to come back. You see this turning round is not easy there. So you can hear the noise even over here at the bridge. I'm just saying, Ree, on this film, unless you're on the horse you don't really know, but the noise is quite loud to say the least. You can feel it moving under you, can't you, the bridge? Yeah. Yeah, and the flagpoles rattle. We're just about to put new flags up, as you can see. We've done all the stables, now we've just got to do painted all the stables, now we've got to do the flags. So there you are, a cold-blooded cob there. But she is a handful. Make no mistake, Ree might make it look simple, but this horse has got to have someone to tell it how it's going to be, when it's going to happen like that. And if it's got your respect, it's as good as gold. But that's what's going to take a little bit of time, you know, and that's down to the owners. We can produce them, as long as they can ride or drive them, we haven't got a problem. But I have very little, that's why I'm on this camera, you understand that? It's the only time I'm allowed on it. So you see this horse now just coming in, this mare. Just walked in lovely, no hesitation. Mind you, it will come in at a gallop if you or a trot or whatever. Yeah. Loves the water. Would definitely like lay down if you didn't keep its, you know, keep its head up. It would bend its knees to go down, especially when it gets in the deep water over there. I'll just say, Reese definitely want to lay down if she got in that deep water, wouldn't she? And this makes me laugh where she puts her head right in. You know, right up to her eyes, look. No trouble at all. Okay, so just standing there quiet is what you like to see. Sensible, happy. When you consider this mare was, you know, sat on it just over 2-year-old, very, very basic, I believe between 2 and 3 anyway, let's just say, and for 6-7 years she's never done a thing but laid in the field. So to see her at the stage she's at now, that's good. You know what she wants to do, she wants to lay down. Thank you. Yeah, she'd lay down in that deep water. This is another test we do with horses. This is quite hard to get them back into water. And that's lovely. See, Rhea, just back it. Keep going, Rhea. Another step. Come back against that foliage there. Can you see? And come right back in the water. There's not many horses will do that. And it's, you know, you've got to remember as well, this horse is doing it. As it comes back, you'll see it's just got a soft rubber bit in its mouth. And it's doing it because it's being asked to, as opposed to, you can see there's no pressure on its mouth, just coming back when it's asked to, and that's lovely. So the riding section of horse drawn, we've always done it, it's just that people keep asking us, show us some films of the riders you do, so that's what we've done. So Ree's ride and drive really. So Ree don't have the experience that Katie does, but they work really well together with the horses. So they'll go out and one horse will leave the other, you'll see that on the film, all that type of thing. But it's good to have someone who's would be, I suppose, a novice rider as such, controlling this horse perfectly well with a soft rubber bit and getting it to do everything it's asked to do. And that's what it's all about, basically. So Katie has, you know, a vast experience and a very good rider. Sits horse nice, but it's nice to have a ride and drive one as well. Okay then. Can you just give us a trot in, Ree, please? So it's just going to go up now and trot in. You see, the horse is perfectly happy in water. It's not a, you know, in no way does it phase. So if you ever come across, you know, a flooded road, happens all the time, doesn't it? And she's coming at a trot. And when she comes in really fast, I get out the way a bit because the spray goes right over you. I'm being allowed to do more filming now, you see. That's only because Ree's up there. So there we go. Now if I'd have put Katie up there and said, look Katie, you do that, people would say, oh, but Katie's such a good rider. Well, yes, she is. And Marie, as I say, is ride and drive, so she don't have the experience. She's not a rider, she's more into driving than anything. But if she can do it, then the horse is good for everybody. And the horse is not being held there. Look at the reins. Just there, stand there when it's asked to stand there, yeah? And that's what you're looking for. It's just the horse to be happy. Safe, confident and happy. That's what we say. This is another lovely thing to see. To me, it's lovely. You know, Ree has come down and worked with me now for, well, quite a while, over 2 years. And has learnt so much, but she's a willing student. But if you just watch this horse, look. So she's just arsting it. Can you see the slack rein, look? And that horse is going uphill, backing out onto a road, yeah, and no, hardly any contact with its mouth at all. And when it's told, well, look at its feet. That's what I'm trying to tell you. When she said, well, it stopped exactly. That horse is not standing comfortable, right? That wants to put its leg under it. But because she said, well, she stopped instantly in that position. One leg forward, one back, yeah? The two feet this side are much closer together than the near side. And that is training. And all these tiny little things, and I suppose that's why we have a waiting list. I don't mean to be, but I'm quite proud of what Ree's done with this, you know. Like she's my sure he's coming flying past here and she's perfectly happy. And that's nice, yeah. So as I say, yeah, Ree and I have been working together now for a couple of years. And she's achieved a great deal, and it's nice to see, you know. I suppose I don't have any I'm the governor and she works for me nonsense. We work together to achieve the goal, and always have done. I don't believe in that. I muck out just as many as she does, and we share everything that we do. But there you go, yeah, nice riding. I don't want to have to get her a bigger hat, you understand. So what we like to do with all horses is to get on from the wrong side as well as the right side, so you know, without them fidgeting or moving round. She won't touch the reins at all or pick them up in any way, and she'll get off the horse again exactly like that and jump down, like, you know, and horse don't move. So that's all part of our training. A lot of horses wouldn't do that, been riding for years. If you got on the wrong side, they'd be spooked, upset, concerned. And we try and cover every, but that little tiny thing will help her in something else you do. And each piece, it's like building blocks that gradually build up and up and up until you've got a horse that's safe, confident and happy in whatever work you ask them to do. Now please, please, please feel free to comment. Love the comments. Subscribe to the channel by all means. We've just gone past 20 million hits on YouTube with the films we put up, and 40 odd thousand subscribers. So Please ask any questions you can. We'll do the best we possibly can to answer, riding or driving. But it's nice to know what you think and what you'd like to see. And people ask, you know, what do you do to get them so quiet? Well, this is the type of thing we do in this controlled environment. Then when you go out on the road and something's painted, they're not going to jump sideways. When they see a wheelie bin, you know, parked out the front, they're not going to move away, because they've learnt to have confidence in themselves, and more importantly, they've learnt that they can trust and have confidence in the rider. So you've ridden I'm not sure, I haven't got this 10 times now. 10. It's got about another 4 to do. Yeah.
To do, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's what.
She's come on.
Yeah. But she is a bullish mare. Would you describe her like that or not?
Quite opinionated.
Not that Katie isn't, you understand. Okay.